say gluten-free. I want to get some bananas. Organic. But they're organic. Whatever. These are good. Yeah, it's good. Are these sweet potatoes?
They're potatoes/yam, sweet red. Maybe use your eyes.
Yeah, I was just...
20/20 vision.
I do have 20/20 vision. I was just making sure. Jeez. Should I just get like a regular potato? What? That looks like it's gonna poison you and you're gonna die. Potatoes. Yeah, I feel like we should get a little bit of salmon. Standard. Yeah, so we can cook some fucking potatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Ow.
Okay.
Just rammed it into my finger.
Thank you. Here. No, but your triceps look good.
Yeah, I know they do. Carry it.
Yeah, it's because you're carrying all my stuff, so you're welcome. I'm helping you. I was gonna put it in my smoothie.
You're gonna put this whole thing in the smoothie?
Well, I was gonna cut it up and then put it in the smoothie.
Wait, I don't think you know how coconut works.
We are officially done, so we're gonna go check out and see how much our 2 baskets cost. And this is our food for the entire month. It's pretty good.
I think like 40% is your weird, not on sale fruit that you got.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use it. We got 3 kinds of cereal.
Yeah, I wanted it.
Connie and I just got back from the grocery store and now I'm currently in our kitchen. So I'm gonna give y'all a complete haul of everything that we got. The whole reason why I'm making this video is mainly for Victoria because she FaceTimes me yesterday and we were talking for a while and then she asked me how much money do you spend per month for 2 people on groceries, and I estimated that amount was like $175, and she thought that was mind-blowing that that was super low for 2 people for an entire month. But I'm gonna go over everything that we bought so you can see that we stay roughly within the price. In fact, that was even a lot lower, hence why I'm making this video so y'all can see the exact breakdown of what 2 21-year-old college students are spending per month to eat food. As an overview of what we eat, it's mainly a lot of protein, fruits, and vegetables. So a lot of what you'll see here falls into one of those categories. Let's go ahead and start with the fruit. And I get 2 kinds. I do get fresh fruit, but I also get frozen fruit, which I usually put in smoothies or juices. Here we got some blueberries right here. This is just the generic brand that they have at Safeway. Fruit is so expensive, but you know, gotta have it. Next we have these raspberries. This is actually my favorite brand of raspberries. Then we have the frozen kind of raspberries, frozen blueberries, 1 cantaloupe, 1 honeydew melon, a stack of bananas. I actually don't know if this is a fruit or a vegetable, but here's a cucumber. Next, we are moving on to the vegetables category. So just like the fruits, I get fresh kinds and I also get frozen ones as well. First, we have chopped kale. This was the only kind, like usually I don't get organic because I really don't care if it's organic or not, but this is the only kind that I saw, so organic chopped kale. Next, we have butter lettuce. This lettuce is actually my favorite. It tastes super good. A zucchini, rosemary. This pack is zucchini noodles, broccoli florets, 3 carrots. Oh, I forgot to mention this in the fruit section, but this is a coconut. I've never actually bought a coconut before, but we'll see how it goes. Next is the protein category. So here we have ground turkey, pepperoni, 2 chicken breasts, a pound of salmon, 2 packs of ground beef. The next category is one I forgot to mention. This is kind of, you know, starches, breads, stuff like that. Here we have 2 gold potatoes, 1 red yam / sweet potato. I don't know if this fits in this category, but ginger, and this pack of bread. Additionally, we also got 3 kinds of cereal, but they're currently holding up my camera right now. So the ones that we got are the Halloween editions of the like Count Chocula stuff, the blueberry, and then the strawberry version. We got all 3. And lastly, this is kind of like our kitchen supplies category, is some aluminum foil. Fun fact, we have never actually purchased aluminum foil since we moved into this new place. The other thing that we got is currently in our fridge, and that is this bottle carton of milk. So that is a breakdown of everything that we got at the grocery store, and that totals to $130.25. Usually every grocery trip will look very similar to this, and the reason why is because I have IBS, so it requires me to have a very strict diet in order for me to avoid some of the symptoms that come with it, such as stomach pain, bloating, gas, all that. Kane and I also don't eat that much in general. We're both pretty much on a calorie deficit, so we don't need to buy a bunch of stuff when we go to the grocery store. We also eat very mindfully, so we always try and have meals instead of snacks, hence why you don't see anything like chips or cookies and stuff like that. As for a breakdown of what's currently in our fridge, we just came back from vacation, so there's not much there. Honestly, we've been surviving these last few days since we got back from food that his mom has brought us. So one thing is that eggs normally we would purchase on our own if we didn't have Kane's mom, who has chickens at their property, so they just bring eggs for us. All of this is just leftovers. There's like literally not much in here. Literally everything in here was brought by Kane's mom, so none of this stuff we purchased on our own. Here is just some normal condiments, so obviously you don't have to get a can of garlic or mayo every time you go to the grocery store, so that's just been in there for a while. Here are some other vegetables that Kane's mom grew in her garden. And then in terms of what we have in the pantry, we keep it pretty minimal. This is just stuff we actually had from our old place, so we don't actually grab a lot of it. But again, like stuff like pancake powder, oats, you don't have to grab every time you go to the grocery store. This is our other section of pantry items. Again, most of the stuff is actually from Kane's mom, and we didn't buy it at the grocery store. Pretty much everything in the pantry I'm actually not supposed to have due to my IBS, so most of that stuff is for Kane whenever he decides he wants to have it in his meals. So usually I really rely on the types of foods that we get when we go grocery shopping. A lot of our grocery trips have been very similar to this one in terms of price and the types of stuff that we bought. So according to those, I should expect that this food should last us about a month. To end this video, I'm gonna list some of my personal tips you can follow in order to save some money while you're grocery shopping. Number 1 is to start planning out your meals before you go to the grocery store. You wanna make sure that every single item that you're buying, you can visually see yourself using in a meal that you're gonna make. For example, I'm confident in buying frozen fruits such as frozen blueberries and frozen raspberries because I know that I will use that in a meal such as an acai bowl. The next tip that I have is to envision meals instead of snacks. Snacks is usually where people tend to spend a lot on groceries just because it's quick, something you can eat when you're bored. And that is not what you want to do, especially if you're trying to maintain or lose weight. You wanna make sure that you kind of eliminate those snack options and stick to more consistent meals. And that doesn't mean you have to stick 3 meals a day. You can honestly go to 5 meals a day, but then just have smaller portion sizes. I've just noticed that when I've purchased snacks from grocery trips, that's when the total price of my receipt increases. The next tip that I have is to only buy food that you know you can eat before it goes bad. That's why Kane and I don't tend to shop at Costco for things like fruits and vegetables because those go bad, and with just the 2 of us, considering we don't eat a lot, we can't finish that out before it expires and goes bad. I also like to keep my fridge and the pantry super minimal. I don't like seeing visual clutter, so that's why we stick to a pretty small grocery list because we don't want to have our kitchen packed with stuff. And when your kitchen is packed to the brim, you're gonna end up going to the grocery store and maybe even buying something that you already had in your pantry somewhere. And then when you finally do the pantry clean out, you realize you still have items that were expired long ago, right? So Kane and I really make it a point to actually eat what we get instead of storing it for months and months and then maybe forgetting about it. The next tip that I have is to not go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Because when you're hungry, you're gonna think that everything sounds good at the grocery store and you're gonna be more compelled to put it in your basket because you're like, you know what, I'm hungry, I can totally eat that when I get home. No. You're gonna end up buying way too much food that 1, you don't need, and 2, probably isn't good for you. So for example, today, Kane and I both had our breakfast meal and then we went straight away to the grocery store. The next tip I have is to check what you have in your fridge and in your pantry before you go to the grocery store. You can often use this as a tool to see what ingredients you might need in order to combine what you already have into a meal. For example, we have some chicken broth left in the fridge that we weren't sure what to use with, so when we went to the grocery store today, we started thinking about what ingredients we can mix with chicken broth in order to get rid of it in the fridge. That's why we got a lot of vegetables and a lot of meat, and we can make a soup. My final tip is to make a list before you go to the grocery store. Sometimes this rule can bend a little bit if you go to the grocery store and you forgot to put something on the list and you see it there and you're like, oh shoot, I actually do really need it. But usually if you stick to your list, you tend to not overbuy on stuff that you don't truly need. And definitely make the list while you're at home in your kitchen and seeing everything rather than making it while you're at the grocery store. So that was my grocery store haul and all of the tips I have for you today on how to save money while you're grocery shopping. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!